Lena left Daniel when he was 22 years old. She looked him in the eyes and said something he never forgot. "Love doesn't pay the bills." Then she walked away. At the time, Daniel was broke. Completely broke. He worked at a tiny grocery store during the day and cleaned restaurant floors at night just to survive. His apartment was small, cold, barely enough for one person. He became rich because pain turned him into someone stronger instead of someone bitter. Months later, Lena asked him one final question after work. "Do you ever hate me for leaving?" Daniel looked out at the city lights silently. Then he smiled for the first time that night. "If you never left," he said quietly, "I might have never become who I am today." And somehow, that answer hurt her more than anger ever could. He treated employees with kindness, helped struggling workers privately, and secretly donated money to homeless shelters every winter. One night, Lena accidentally saw him handing food and blankets to families sleeping on the streets during a snowstorm. No cameras, no publicity, no social media posts, just quiet kindness. That was the moment everything finally made sense to her. Daniel didn't become rich because he chased money. For the first time in years, Lena looked genuinely ashamed. She apologized for leaving him, for not believing in him, for choosing money over love. Daniel listened silently. Then he shocked everyone in the room. He hired her anyway, not because he still loved her, but because he no longer hated anyone. Over the next few months, Lena watched Daniel carefully inside the company. Lena tried to speak again, but her voice shook. "I heard about your success," she said. "You really made it." Daniel leaned back quietly. Then he asked one simple question. "If I was still poor today, would you have come back?" Lena opened her mouth to answer, but no words came out because both of them already knew the truth. Tears slowly formed in her eyes. The room felt heavy. Daniel looked at her for a long moment before finally speaking again. "You don't have to answer." The moment she recognized him, all color disappeared from her face. "Daniel," she whispered. The room became painfully silent. Daniel calmly sat down across from her. For a few seconds, neither of them spoke. Then Lena looked down at the table. "I didn't know this was your company," she said softly. Daniel nodded once. He remained completely professional. No anger, no smile, nothing. One rainy Monday morning, Daniel arrived at his company headquarters for interviews. Dozens of people waited nervously outside the conference room, hoping to get hired. Daniel walked in without looking at the resumes first. Then he froze. Sitting near the end of the table was Lena. She looked different now. Older, tired. Within 5 years, Daniel became one of the youngest tech CEOs in the country. Luxury cars, private offices, magazine interviews, millions of dollars. The same people who ignored him suddenly wanted his attention. But success changed Daniel in a strange way. He became quieter, calmer, almost impossible to read emotionally. Within 5 years, Daniel became one of the youngest tech CEOs in the country. Luxury cars, private offices, magazine interviews, millions of dollars. The same people who ignored him suddenly wanted his attention. But success changed Daniel in a strange way. He became quieter, calmer, almost impossible to read emotionally. He didn't party, didn't travel, didn't even buy new clothes. Every dollar mattered. People laughed at him constantly. "You really think you're going to be rich someday? You're wasting your time. You'll always stay poor." Daniel never argued back. He just kept working. Years passed, slowly, painfully. Things began to change. One small app idea turned into a startup. The startup became a company, and the company exploded faster than anyone expected. But the worst part wasn't the poverty. It was the feeling of being invisible. Nobody respected him. Nobody believed in him. And after Lena left, Daniel stopped believing in himself too. For months he barely slept. He worked double shifts every day, sometimes triple shifts. While everyone else rested, Daniel studied business and coding alone at public libraries late at night.